The first game that I ever took seriously, competitively, that I actually wanted to be really good at, was Mortal Kombat Deception on the PlayStation 3. This was back in 2004 when playing online was like just started out. Like this was, yeah, it was a long time ago. A lot's changed since then. There were no esports. Evo had only been around for 1 year. There were no pot bonuses. Most importantly, there were no patches. I remember being so excited for Mortal Kombat Armageddon coming out that it had every character and a created character and all this cool stuff. And then it came out and they just had so many problems. They had fixed a few from Deception and adjusted some characters a bit, but there was just, it was a gong show all around. And everybody was disappointed because, I mean, you wait so long for this game that you anticipate and you just get into the lore and all the characters and they release all these trailers and then the game comes out and ends up being kind of a flop. Then they announced Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. And at the time, I thought that game was great. But boy, going back and playing it, yeah. Ugh. But there was one really important thing about that game. That was going to be the first Mortal Kombat game that ever had downloadable content. They were going to have Harley Quinn and Quan Chi as downloadable characters. Unfortunately, Midway went out of business, and that never came to fruition. When I think about those days, and I think about the fact that you spend $70, $80 on a brand new game, just hoping for it to be good, and no chance of any changes to it, we're super blessed the way the technology has just come through now. The fact that we get consistent patches, consistent bug fixes, consistent balancing, it's something that we're all critical of NetherRealm Studios, but a lot of people who have been around as long as I have, who know that that wasn't always the norm, I'm just super happy that it's something that they're able to do for us. I'm extremely grateful because I know it's expensive to do what they do with the patches and stuff, and each game they've steadily got better. Mortal Kombat 9, the patch system wasn't very good. Injustice 1, the patch system wasn't very good. MKX, it was decent, but they tried a different approach. This time, I really like the way that they did it. They let the game kind of go out and just see what's happening. They didn't jump on anything right away like they did before. And then they just did one big balance patch, and this is probably going to be the last one that we'll get for quite a while here. And then they'll make other small things, and then that'll be it. I think it's genius. I think that they found a strategy that works now. Whether all the changes are legitimate or not is a totally different thing. But it just helps as a consumer, and I know that a lot of people scream, oh, microtransactions, this, that, and the other thing. And yeah, that's part of it. But I mean, I'd rather do that than have a game that spends $70 for a game and have to wait another 3 years to get an updated version of that game. I think gameplay-wise for this patch, you're going to see me use a lot more Supergirl, now that she actually covers a lot of matchups that Firestorm kind of struggled in before. So I'm really excited going forward. You're going to see a good 50-50. I'm not leaving Firestorm. Firestorm's my man. This week, I'm focusing on Supergirl. I'm going to try to do ESL on Sunday with just Supergirl. I might revert back to Firestorm if I find a matchup I'm not familiar with, but I'm just gonna try it out and see what happens. Because I mean, I've been playing her since February, so she's kind of got a little spot in my heart, you know. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you can share something that kind of lets me know a little bit about how long you've been around for. What were video games like when you were a kid? Was the first Halo the first video game you played, or was it Sonic the Hedgehog? Was it Pong? So many different generations of video games, man. This patch is just a reminder of how far we've come as a community, just gamers in general. It's pretty crazy, and I'm excited to see where we go from here.
Accept your death.